Hello, beautiful planner babes and all my beautiful book babes. So today I wanted to jump on here and go through my Always Fully Booked planner. Yes, this is from 2023. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I only used it half a year in 2023. And didn't use it since, and I recently pulled it out and started using it for June. So I wanted to go back through and recap what I read in June. And in June, I ended up reading 9 books. The Pocketful series was my favorite of the month. 3 of the books were book form, and 6 of the books were audiobooks. And I didn't realize that I needed to do the hours listened for the audiobooks, so I actually went back through and figured out how many pages in total it was. And it was 2,105 pages, although I did obviously listen to 6 of them. So I didn't actually read that many pages, but between the 2 platforms, that's how many pages had been gone through. And the first book I read was The Librarian of Crooked Lane, and that was by C.J. Archer. And it was actually the Glass Library series. And I didn't realize that there was a series before it called Glass and Still, which started the book with their parents, or that series started with their parents. So it gave a lot of detail that I was missing. So I only gave this book like a 2 or 3 star. It was a good book and it was well written, but I personally felt like I was losing a lot of information, which I would have gotten had I realized that it was the second series, the first book in the second series versus the first book overall. So I did think about going back and starting the Glass and Still series and then continuing on with this series, with the Glass Library series. But I honestly don't know if I will or not, because I have a lot of books in July already lined up. So we will see. It may be further down the road. And then the next book I read was The Intern by Marnie Mann. And that is actually the Dalton Family series. And it is book 4. And I have read all the other ones up to it. And I read the series before it also, which is a series you need to start with. And I can't remember offhand what the name of that series was, but they all intertwine. And definitely read the first series first, but the second one is the Dalton Family one. And then I moved on to Chloe Walsh and the Pocket series, which was Pocket Full of Blame, Pocket Full of Shame, Pocket Full of You, and Pocket Full of Us. And I definitely, you will notice, like listening or reading series versus standalone books. I don't know why. I always feel like I want something more. I want to know about all the characters, and most books that are in series continue on with the different characters or continue on with more of the story, which I really enjoy. I did find Chloe Walsh when I was reading The Boys of Tommen, which is an excellent series. The Boys of Tommen is one of my all-time favorite series. They are definitely 5-star, 10-star, 100-star read, in my opinion. I love them. They deal with a lot of trauma. And so if you have like any trigger warnings, definitely read those first, because it is a lot about childhood trauma. But they are excellently written. You fall in love with the characters, and yes, definitely a must read. I would recommend it to anyone. But anyway, we are talking about the Pocketful series, and it was good. It was good. I would give it a solid 4 stars. I didn't fall in love with the characters as much as like in The Boys of Tommen, but it was good. And then the next book I read was Minimum Wage Magic. And let me get you the author on that, since I'm so unprepared and ended up not writing the authors here on the side. That was... Sorry, I am actually looking back here where I did my stuff. Rachel Aaron. So Rachel Aaron wrote The Minimum Wage Magic, and that is definitely a teen book. And it was cute. It was good. It's a futuristic kind of mystery book, and it does have magic, and it does have some dragons and cyber people, and it was good. It was a 3-star read. It's the first in the series, and that's the DFZ series, and she does have a couple other series that I was looking at, and definitely worth the read. It was a quick, easy read, and I think I read it in just a couple days, a day and a half, something like that. But yeah, I mean, it was good, and it's one I might come back to. And then I read The Bachelor, which was also by Marnie Mann, and it was book 5 of the Dalton Family series. And these two are definitely adult, spicy romance. Pretty basic storyline. I did enjoy them. I mean, they were a solid 3-star. And then I read Twin Flame, which was actually, let me see, the author of that one. Did I not write it down? Oh no. So I did not, in fact, write that one down. So I do not have the author for you, and I apologize. But once again, it was a teen book, and it was cute. It was magic. It talked about jinns or genies overtaking this town, and how these twin girls had the powers to defeat them. And I mean, it was okay. It was a 2-3-star read. And then we went into Treacherous. And Treacherous is actually another Chloe Walsh series, and that is the Carter Kids series. And going into July, I have actually already read Treacherous, and I have already read Always. And it does have Thorn, Tamed, Torment, Invincible, and Altered. And those are all in the Carter Kids series. And so far, this series of hers is my number 2, because The Boys of Tommen is my number 1. And then this one would be my number 2. And then the Pocketful series that I read in June would be number 3. That's how I would put them. And so going into July, we have those by Chloe Walsh. And then we have Releasing 10, also by Chloe Walsh. That is on my list. Oh, goodness, we weren't focusing. And then I have Mr. Charming by Piper Rain. And that's actually the 4th book in the Nest series, which is a hockey series. And it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and I've read the other 3. And then another book that I have on my list is Emily Carpenter, and it's called Gothic Town. So currently, as of today, which is July 7th, I have already read Treacherous and Always. And yesterday, I started Releasing 10. So I am actually listening to Releasing 10 on audiobook currently. And then the Gothic Town, I am actually reading the physical book. So far we are, and I'm, maybe about 3 probably a little bit further than that. Probably about 5-10 chapters in Gothic Town. And I am a couple hours into Releasing 10. And I had to go back to this one. I just got it off my hold from the library. And so after I read these first 2, I definitely went to that one because that is my top pick. And so yeah, as of the 7th, we have 2 books down, and we are currently in the middle of 2 books. So I'll definitely, at the end of July, first part of August, do a run through of how I did in July and if I got them all done. But yeah, June was a really good month, and I don't remember exactly when in June I started this, because I feel like 9 books in 1 month was kind of a little low for me, especially as fast as I go through them. But we have 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. 10 so far. Put on the TBR for July, and hopefully we'll get through those plus a few others. I know that Releasing 10 is a 24 or 26 hour audiobook. And so that will definitely take me a few days to get through it, especially with other things that I have to do. But yes, that was my June wrap up, and going into July for my TBR for July. And I am so glad you guys joined me today. If you like the content, please give me a like. And if you are new to the channel or just finding me, please subscribe. I love to share all things planners with you guys. All right, until next time, love you guys bunches. Bye.